Hi everyone again. I was live 2 minutes ago with my Ashtanga Hridayam course, and I am back to talk about Kundalini Yoga with Guruji. Yoga Q and A. I have somebody come in. Okay, lovely. Guruji is already here. Let's do it. Namaste Krishna ji. Namaste Krishna ji. Guruji, pranam Guruji.
Pranam, how are you?
I am very good, Guruji. How are you?
Doing very well, thank you.
Guruji, before we even start today, I wanted to tell you that last time in our Kundalini Yoga, we talked about being sthira in the body. And when you're sitting to meditate, to not, that not moving makes such a big difference. And Guruji, I've tried it all week this week. I normally change my leg position. I normally will feel hot, so I'll do something. I'll tie my hair or something when I'm practicing. And I didn't
Mhm.
this week. And it took me so much deeper.
Uh-huh.
It was such a useful thing, Guruji. One day I did 70 minutes straight and I didn't move. And I feel like the world changed. I'm not kidding, Guruji. It's so true. That part that you talk about, that from karma to bhakti to gnana, that kind of
Uh-huh.
revelations you just feel like start happening. So I wanted to share that, Guruji, because I'm so grateful, but I also wanted to share that to everybody who's listening, that what a huge difference it makes.
Ah. It will be a wonderful encouragement for others also.
Yeah, that was really useful, Guruji. Sthira.
Uh,
Okay, Guruji. So, how is your lockdown situation in Trivandrum?
Everything is as same as before,
Hmm?
but still we should have the great hope we are waiting for.
That one day it will open.
Definitely, yes.
Yes, of course, Guruji. I'm liking the pace. I want to come to Indimasi. That's my only problem. But otherwise, I don't mind this lockdown. Guruji, I'll just quickly summarize and then we'll start the Q&A because I'm sure others also have a lot of questions. I would like to start with other people's questions first. And yeah. So, Guruji, we talked about Kundalini Yoga, which has become such a buzzword in the West. What really is Kundalini Yoga? And what Guruji said to us is, when you get on the path of self-discovery and you start with Karma Yoga, and what is Karma Yoga is selfless action. When you just
Hmm.
start doing everything with a kind of, that I'm just doing this as a medium, as an action, which is disconnected from, which is not really, I'm not going to be invested and change my internal reality because of an external action. That's Karma Yoga, a mindful, selfless action. And when you do that, you automatically start having this gratitude towards the world and this sense of bhakti and faith. And you
Yes.
naturally move into bhakti yoga.
Yes.
And as you start feeling and connecting with the universe and feeling elements of yourself in the universe, you come to a place of gnana yoga naturally, which is a place of knowing. Which is just knowing that, oh, wow, I'm a part of this bigger universe and there is all of this happening. And at that point, you're really ripe and ready for something called Kundalini Yoga, which is the latent energy which is trapped in the base of our spine, and awakening that. And still, Guruji, in spite of our conversation yesterday, because Kundalini Yoga is associated with so many kriyas. I mean, it seems like one of those things that is almost impossible to move with Gnana Yoga only without Kriyas. So I know we spoke about that as well. Can we start with talking about those, aggressive kriyas, holotropic breathing, all of that, and do they really even have a role?
Kriya has a significant role in Kundalini awakening and the management of the awakened Kundalini. There are two sections. Awakening the Kundalini is the first step. Then that means it's like unleashed energy. So after releasing that energy, you should know how to handle it. This is what I think in the first talk we discussed about this.
Yes, we did, Guruji. I'll be honest with you, I'm still confused about the kriyas to awaken the Kundalini, but yeah, we'll take it from here. Yeah.
It is like the dam which we construct in the river. Then the flowing water is blocked. Then we use that penstock pipe as a tantra, a technique. Then we make the armature rolling. Then through that armature rotation, we unleashed the electricity. The hidden energy in the flowing river was released, awakened. It's an energy. Then we should be able to use that electricity for getting our things done. This is what is happening. So we have a latent energy within, and with a certain construction of dams, like we do bandhas, restrictions of the natural flow of air. Then once it is blocked, we will feel the vibration. That is what is called mantra. It will vibrate. Then we will send that vibration through certain energy channels, nadi channels. Then the marmas or hidden centers will be churned, and it is some kind of churning. Again, slowly I will take you back to one of our famous stories. You might have heard about the Paladi Mathan. In our Puranas, there is a story.
Okay.
There is an ocean made of milk, in which the Ananda is lying, Ananda Shayanam, Vishnu is lying. One side of the Vishnu, Devas, the divine energies are standing. Other side, Asuras, the demons, the negatives are standing. So they keep on fighting. It's a symbol. Then the story says, one day they wanted to understand the secret of death, or they want to go beyond death. Of course, another sub story is there, but the cause or the core is we need Amrita. Amrita means the medicine for immortality, nectar.
Yeah.
Then the masters, sages advised them to churn the milky ocean. Then one side Devas, other side Asuras, they used one mountain as the churning, what we get stick.
Yeah, like a matni, a churner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then they used the huge snake, Vasuki, as the rope, and one side Devas and other side Asuras, they started churning the milky ocean. Then, as a first product, Kala Kuda Visha came out from that. I mean, the most powerful poison, which can destroy the whole world, came out from that. Then Mahadeva, Lord Shiva, collected that and drank it. Okay. Then from that, Ashwini Devas, Airavada, this white elephant, then everything, good and bad, came out from that. And finally, the Amrita came out. Amrita means the nectar. What does it mean? Actually, this churning is the positive and negative, Ila Pingla, our solar and lunar nerve, creates this, duality, and we should deliberately make it a movement like this, opposite way. Through that, our mind will produce the most powerful poison. the negativity we can see.
Mm-hmm.
That should be minimized by or eliminated by the thought of Lord Shiva. He can destroy everything. Good and bad will be burned in yogic fire. Samyak. Samyak means we have to keep our mind in the central canal where positive and negative dualism will vanish. So from that mind, everything will come out, good and bad and everything. And as a final product, immortality, knowledge, jnana will come out from our own mind. So for that, we must know the secret of our own mind, the technology of our own mind. For that, we should churn our own mind.
The
So
most
this is
beautiful
what
explanation.
everything is. Pratika Bhasha. It is said in India, Pratika Bhasha. Bhasha means language. Pratika means symbol. We or our masters conveyed all these techniques and messages through symbols. So we have to, the uncode these things. There are many secrets encoded in the idols or the symbols. So our purpose or our duty is to take out that code or encode it. Then we will see the secret behind it. That is what is called Sutra Vakya. Sutra means technical terms. So we must understand that. Then we can explore everything from within. This ocean of milk is our own mind. We can say that Milky Way, galaxy, and all these things. Actually, these things are taken from this, our traditional, explanations. So what we started is the Kriya is the function which will open certain secret centers in our body. Due to this continuous churning, this disturbance in our own mind, rhythmic disturbance, deliberate disturbance will make the mind little bit confused. Then slowly body will start finding the techniques or some options to come out of that disturbance. As I told you earlier, when we create a certain condition of activating our autonomic nervous system, our body will find many hidden potentials to explore. In the beginning, it will be for survival, but later, when we get into the systematic practice, it will be used. Like we disturbed the flowing river, then slowly we developed or produced electricity from that we are using that electricity for each and every purpose in our life. Of course, unless you do it carefully, that can destroy you. If you use it carefully, you can make everything done. So kriyas must be understood from an experienced person, and it should not be done artificially. You should make the body produce that kriyas in a natural way.
That was the most beautiful explanation of the Samudra Manthan I have heard ever, Guruji. Nobody explains it like that. I know there's a lot of listeners who may not have heard it. So I'm going to quickly summarize it, and then we're going to start taking questions. So what Guruji said is that this kind of center is where our reality in our spine is contained, and that bottom, right? Like in the story, in the tale that we have heard in the Puranas, there's the Amrit lies in the bottom of the ocean. Similarly, and the bottom of our spine, in the Mula Skanda, or the base of your spine, is where that latent energy is stored. And when you churn it and explore it, when that starts happening, suddenly, like first poison came out in that story, there was first poison. So when we also kind of get into this practice, first there's all of this energy, and probably all of the sanskaras and memories and everything that we've stored inside probably comes out first. So I think what Guruji is saying, that when all of that is unleashed, a lot of care and protection is required, because like in the Samudra Manthan, Shivji swallowed that because he was immune to poison. We want to do it in a way that it does not destroy us. that it's kind of, we are trying to protect ourselves. And as we go on with that, more and more truth and eventually the essence and the truth of life will be revealed to us. But it is a journey, and we can't just start churning and leave it. If you churn it, if you start that motion, you have to be very careful, because whatever can come out is something that you are going to be ready to receive. At the same time, we spoke about kriyas, which is basically, today when you talk about Kundalini, it's all about kriyas. And what Guruji said is that kriyas, you want to be only with a very trained master when you're learning any kriyas, who's not forcing kriyas on you. Kriyas, like Guruji said, you start with the breath retention and you will naturally graduate to other kriyas as your body becomes ready. So you do it under the guidance of a trained master who might be able to guide you and protect you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Guruji. So the first question here, Guruji, is I don't know if this is related, but let's see. Sometimes in our life, we know we do not want to be working on a certain project or be in a certain situation, right? Yet we have to work there. Okay, I see. So, Guruji, this may be a little unrelated, so you tell me if you want to take it. I think somebody's saying, yes, kind of either stuck. Either somebody has a job that they don't want or in a situation that they don't want, but is stuck there. How can we be efficient in this? How in that phase of life can you still keep your equilibrium?
Yeah. Of course, this is a problem which many people are facing every day. We are forced to be in a situation which will not give us much, comfort and happiness. Still, we have to be there. But actually, when we create a situation, or when we start thinking that things are happening from outside, this feeling will be developed. In essence, if we do proper Kundalini Yoga, when we churn our inner energy, when we come to know what is lying in the depth of our memory, we will come to know this situation is created by our own self. When I was as a zygote in my mother's womb, my whole life was completely structured and written there in a secret code, which we call, genetic code in modern science. In Sanskrit, it is called Jiva Rahasya. See the similarity. Jiva Rahasya means genetic secret or genetic code.
Wow, Guruji.
Yes. So we know very well that this is what is happening. When we were in the mother's womb, our consciousness was creating everything. The zygote was expanding or multiplying, and slowly, we create our whole body. And we know why we are producing this object as our body. We have certain purpose. Then slowly, we complete the creation, come out from there. But one problem, the moment we come out, the umbilical cord will be cut off. By the time, up to that moment, we were getting everything through that.
Yeah.
Our food, water, heat, air, sound, everything was supplied through that from the mother's body.
Mm-hmm.
Then, when we come out, this will be cut off. By the time the umbilical cord is cutting off, our windpipe will be open. At that time, the atmospheric air will rush into, it will be pumped in.
Mm-hmm.
That moment, we will lose our memory.
Huh.
That is the problem. Up to that moment, we will come to know what's happening. Everything is clearly understood. But when we come out of that, we will be entrapped into the wheel of Maya. The mind will be mesmerized. Then we find a new word which is called intellectual knowledge. Then the instinct and intuition will be subsided. But in our deep level, we know whatever may be the situation, it is my fate. If we become unconditional, little bit open to the reality, internally we can say that it is my fate. Means I created my life. Whether I like or not, My intellect may not like, but my instinct and intuition will like it. That is why we will be living in that situation. So, if we go to a particular place in a country, we may think, oh, it's due to so many reasons we reached there. No, our life energy, our life gas was kept over there. Then when the time comes, in particular year, particular month, particular date, particular time, if my life gas oxygen is fixed by nature, in
Mm-hmm.
America, I have to be there. I
Mm-hmm.
will be there.
Mm-hmm.
As I inhale many gallons of oxygen, I will exhale carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide will be taken by plants over there, and they will use that poisonous gas as their life gas. Again, they will liberate oxygen for me. So, if that life gas is kept there, I have to be there, and I have to contribute my carbon dioxide to them. So if I don't like the situations over there, I may blame myself that, oh, why did I come over there? Then still I am forced to be here. This is only this is only an intellectual conclusion. But if I become little bit intuitive through meditation, I will recognize that that blade of grass is smiling, seeing me, because we are brothers. Half of my lungs is there. Because I exhale, then it will inhale. That exhale, I will inhale. So it's a giving and sharing. So my natural brothers are and sisters are there. Then the moment I understand that, I will become so settled. I will become in tune with Mother Nature. This is practical yoga or practical Vedanta. Prayogika Vedanta means practical establishment or practical alignment with the law of nature. So this is the only remedy for all these things, either stress or this kind of little bit uncomfortable feeling, depression. All these things can be managed with a simple technique. Just try to bring our attention from our brain back to our lungs. From the lungs, take it back to heart. That means intellect has to be direct to instinct. From instinct, please direct it back to intuition. The moment you touch your palm on your heart, you will come to know, yes, it is a cosmic beat. It's called Hridaya Spanda. Yes, we can feel it. Everybody's heart is having the same language. Then there is no hatred. If there is no hatred, then there is only cooperation, no competition. When we try to compare or compete, we will feel restless. This is the problem. This comparison and competition are products of our own intellect. As we discussed earlier, intellect is always utility and unity. Right brain is always talking about utility. Immediately left brain say, no, I have to be, getting the benefit of that. I should make use of it. So we should take that duality back to our lungs. There the prana starts. From pranayama, take it back to spanda. Spanda means vibration.
Feeling. Mm.
Yeah. When your consciousness get a small beat and you start listening or hearing that beat as a cosmic beat, then you achieved the goal. That is what is called Bindu Shivo Rajas Shakti. Bindu means point. Bring your attention back to that point, which is simply vibrating in your depth of your heart. There you will come to know who is Mahadeva. The moment you recognize that the cosmic male is within you, then immediately you will see the opposite of that cosmic male is Mahamaya, the cosmic female. When we recognize this both, we will start smiling from the heart. There, all these questions will vanish.
Wow, Guruji, you have said so many things in one answer. That we are a part of the order of nature. We are just, it's nature has created a system, and wherever we belong and fit in, we will be there. I wanted to clarify one thing from this, what you said. It's also really funny, Guruji. Everything I'm thinking about, you end up saying in your answers, anything. This week, Guruji, it's so funny. No, it's really funny. This week, whenever I felt restless and the mind starts talking, I have been telling myself, come back to the feeling. Don't,
Yeah.
instead of being here. And I was able to do it many times this week, but I was not understanding what I was doing. I was just doing it. I was like, okay, instead of having my mind chatter, I'll just come back to the samvedana and how I'm feeling. And it felt, I understand what you're saying. And it's given me even a deeper thing to do is to come back to the spandana, and automatically the mind stops talking and another kind of revelation happens
Mm.
when that happens. So that's really good. But one thing I want to clarify, Guruji, is that let's say that I'm in a certain life situation, or let's say I'm having a job. And so, Guruji, when my time comes up, right, let's say that my time is up in the order of the nature, it is possible then that out of my own gnana at that point, I decide at some point that, oh, this right now, this is not right for me, and I'm going to leave this. And that is also
Mm.
part of the nature. That this was
Yes.
the moment for me to get that wisdom that this is the right time for me to leave. Right?
Yes.
So that's also part of the
Yeah.
nature, right?
Of course. Of course. Whatever is happening, whether we label it as, like a good or bad, or accept it or reject it, it is only our conclusion for our comfort. But what is meant to happen, even blinking of our eye, is happening by nature. If in a particular situation I decide that, okay, I will be there. If I am not supposed to be there by nature, somehow I will be moving out. If I am supposed to be there,
Somehow, yes, yes.
yes, whatever may be the situation, I will remain myself over there. Then a question can be answered. Then if everything is happening by nature, then what we should do?
Huh.
What we have to do is only one thing: understand the supremacy of nature.
Yes,
Then,
understand.
if
Yeah.
you can go beyond the nature, search. The moment you go beyond your intellect, you will come to know the manifested nature which was really giving you troubles. Actually, you are that. Tat Tvam Asi. Even this manifested world in front of you is your own creation. That is the purpose of yoga.
That is so beautiful, Guruji. And as you start discovering, then whatever you do becomes karma yoga, and it comes
Yeah.
from a place of gnana. But it becomes karma yoga. You are participating in the world. You are doing everything, but it's with a lightheartedness, with, like you said, with the heart it's smiling, where you feel like,
Yes.
okay, and you still make decisions, and you still go to
Yes.
places and travel and do everything. But it's come
True.
from a it's not come from a place of, "Ah, I also want to go there, or I want to save this, or I want to protect this." It's just, you just know it at that point, what needs to be done
Yes.
next.
True.
I understand. Ellie, somebody's asking questions. Ellie, if you go to Guruji's previous talk, he has mentioned that it is from the root chakra. Uh, what is the role? So Vijay is asking, what is the role of mantra diksha in Kundalini Yoga? Is it a necessary part of it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. It is necessary and very essential.
Can you explain mantra diksha first, Guruji? Because Vijay knows it, but I don't think everybody knows what mantra diksha is.
Mantra is a secret vibration.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm sorry to use the word secret because the mysterious sound which cannot be explained through our intellectual language,
Mm-hmm.
we have to label it as a secret.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there is nothing, deliberately blocked.
Hmm.
But since our common mind or intellectual vibration cannot understand that, so
Mm-hmm.
this dimension, that vibration is higher than our intellectual dimension. That is why it is called as a secret.
Mm-hmm.
So these mysterious vibrations
Mm-hmm.
should be used for unleashing this mysterious energy within.
Mm-hmm.
it should be used as a tool, and it is a tool for opening certain hidden centers in our body. And it cannot be used without proper guidance. That is the role of a guru. Diksha means giving unconditionally. It's not like an intellectual deed. It's something beyond the intellect, which can be labeled as a spiritual sharing. We can say that is the proper word. So the master will be focusing his mind or he is
Excuse me,
meditating.
sorry.
Slowly he will elevate his energy. That energy, through certain codes, will be infused in the disciple's mind and body. That is what is called mantra diksha. As you have a candle with you, but it is not ignited. But I have a candle which is lightened up. So I have that light. So I help you to lighten your candle from this. That is what is called diksha. Once it is happening through the higher dimensions of mind, that is what is called mantra diksha.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, so nicely explained. It's an energetic exchange provision that your guru makes. He provides you with that guidance, not only in a transactional way, in through his energy in a higher
Yes.
realm. So, Guruji, where do everybody's asking, so where clearly there is mantra diksha, there is some kriyas, and you said start with breath retention with kumbhak, and you said that everything will follow. You will find the guru when you're ready. So, is that what you still say, Guruji, or should we go looking for, learning these kriyas? What should people do? Because everybody is asking that same question.
Yes, you should keep looking for getting mantra diksha. But you verify your master by giving intellectual questions and get convinced from the explanations. If you are convinced and you feel the confidence, then go ahead with that. Yes.
Okay, Guruji.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong in finding a master and saying, but the right time to go into this, Guruji, is once you have experienced Gnana Yoga, when you kind of a little bit in the practice, then is the right time to get to be seeking for Kundalini. Because Guruji, today in the modern world, somebody just wakes up one day and they're like, oh, what's yoga? Oh, I'll do Kundalini Yoga. It's just one fine day. So instead of
Again,
that,
let it happen, because that's also happening by nature.
yes, it's a plan of the nature.
Yes. If somebody feels the seriousness of searching for the higher level of yoga,
True.
that person will keep on searching, and one day he or she will find the real master.
Yes, Guruji.
And what I want to tell the listeners, do the basics. As I showed you in the video, keep doing the retention and just feel or learn to observe. Do the proper effortless contemplation or introspection. Keep trying that and add that retention with that process. Then definitely, when the practice get certain level of standard or maturity, either that person will reach to the master or the master will reach to that person.
Great.
No doubt about it. Yes.
Great, Guruji. So what you're saying is that while you're in your search, you continue your practice. And when your
Yeah.
time is right, you will find that it'll end. So you, like everything else in life, that's exactly the same, that you keep doing your karma yoga, your whatever you need to do, and it'll happen. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Great. Great. So, Guruji, question is how to manage or eliminate those negative thoughts, all of those flashback of memories which keep coming while meditating. That's the Visha, huh?
No, again, see like how we can remove darkness from our room.
Light.
Just light a lamp. If we keep fighting with the darkness, kicking and punching and screaming that, go, get out of my room, like that, what is the use of that?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is working.
Mm-hmm.
So just like a lamp, same way, when this negatives comes, accept that, yeah, this is a thought, and I label it as negative. But negativity alone cannot survive. Negativity is one side of the same coin.
Mm-hmm.
When the coin is kept in front of me, when the negative side is shown, what
Mm-hmm.
I should do, I should twist the coin, then the other side of the negativity is positive. So pleasure and pain, prosperity and poverty, it's like this, both opposites, like day and night. They are both sides of the same coin. So when I feel that, oh, I am getting this negative thing, or somebody, stabbed me from back, yes, I have certain hatred against him. But I should tell myself this is the process of meditation. If I start hating others, my brain will produce the hormone for hatred. The end of the day, my body will be toxified. So what I should do? What is the other side of this hatred?
Love.
That situation is created through him for making me understanding the remedy of that. So I should search for it. When I search for the other side of hatred, I will come to know it is a fantastic vibration of love. The moment I feel that, I will start appreciating myself. The self-esteem will develop. So that hatred was like a bitter medicine which was supporting me to produce the health of love. So like that, we can do, this is what is called Nidhinyasa. We have to criticize ourselves. We should become a self-critic. This is why yogi's world is inside, not
Mm-hmm.
outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. 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 Like if you have not tasted bitter, how can you taste sweet? You don't know what
Yes,
sweet tastes like.
of course.
So every
Without
time.
hunger,
Mm.
yeah, without hunger, never we can enjoy a taste.
So
Yes.
every time those emotions come, our job becomes to invoke the other side of that emotion, and
Yes.
that's the balancing act. We feel like it's outside. And also, Guruji, you had said something which was very important, which I want to actually talk about in one of our sessions, is that we become everything is a play of the hormones in our body, the
Yeah.
addictions of the hormones. And we like adrenaline, or we like oxytocin, or we like certain dopamine, and we keep searching for activities which will produce that hormone.
Yes.
And our job is then, through meditation, through this kind of exploration, is to get your body in a place where it no longer enjoys the dance of the hormones, where it feels that level of settle. So, Guruji, I think we should do that talk one day, because
Yeah.
it's a huge topic, and a lot of Westerners can also relate to it. So,
Definitely. That is the only remedy against all the problems which modern world is facing. Yes.
right, and Guruji, that was a brilliant explanation. Honestly, that we spoke about it only for a minute or two, but it has been a complete game changer for me, and that's why I repeated it today. Because to understand, this is not me. My body craves this silly hormone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Guruji, the question is that Isha asks, I have been doing a Kriya practice for 3 to 4 years now. I have seen a lot of changes in my personality, but I have not witnessed any spiritual revelations. Am I to expect something to happen?
No need to expect something, because I'm sorry to say you might have been doing a physical exercise in the name of Kriya.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to a gymnasium, do the pull-ups in a regular basis, you will feel some changes in your body, your structure will change, your look will change. It's only an external change because of that exercise. Same
Mm-hmm.
way, when we make some muscle move,
Mm-hmm.
there will be some changes, we feel it.
Mm-hmm.
If you are doing a Kriya for 3 to 4 years and you are not getting any kind of spiritual advancement, you should verify your Kriya. it may not be the real Kriya.
Guruji, is it also possible that sometimes she's saying that I see changes in my personality? So, you know how Guruji, you said that Visha comes out first, right? So, sometimes that Guruji, the sanskars are so many and so deep rooted that it's taking a while for all of those sanskars to break down before that Jnana comes up.
Again, you are using a mind a lot. You're using your mind a lot. See, meditation is really arresting the mind. We are not supposed to evaluate our feelings
Practice.
and developments through our mind.
Yes, Guruji.
So Kriya should happen and spontaneously in a natural way. That also must be observed as a witness. We are not engaging ourselves into the Kriya or action and just evaluating the product or how much rewards I got from that. No, then you are engaging your mind into our material world. Meditation is entirely different. So approach it in an unconditional way. We cannot evaluate things. Kriyas may come and go. We should not be attached with that. When we get that attachment, we will start counting it or evaluating it.
Yeah. Again, the intellect comes. Even the kriya is like karma yoga. You just do it, let it happen, and let whatever needs to happen happen
Yes.
naturally. Yes, Guruji, very true.
Even in pranayama, I saw many people are doing it. Yeah, Puragam, 5 seconds, then Kumbhagam, then 5 into 4, 20, then Rejagam, 10. So they keep counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So
Yeah.
how they can develop into meditation then?
Yes, Guruji. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So whatever kriyas or bandhas we try or happen, it should give us a clarity in our practice.
Yes.
Then only we can make sure that we can assure ourselves that yes, I am advancing. That kind of confidence should come.
Yes, Guruji.
Questions should not come out of confusion or suspicion. Questions can be asked to an experienced person for clarification. I used to ask a lot of questions to my master because I experienced something and I wanted a clarification. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. I know what it is, but I should get an intellectual, confirmation. Then I
Yes.
go to my master, ask that I felt this and I'm
Yes.
so happy. And what do you say about that?
Yes.
Then he will explain his experiences when he had gone through my level of practice.
Yeah.
Then I get more confidence that yes, I have an approval, and he will suggest some scriptures. When my experience is scripture endorsed, then I got the real confidence to advance further. So books are only for verification and reference. That's all. So these things should happen from within, and that feeling must guide us. That inner guru should guide us and talk to us. Yes.
Great. Great, Guruji. So now we're doing the reverse. First, people are looking at the scriptures and trying to get the experience. What Guruji is
Yes.
saying, that you come upon the experience and then you look at the scripture and then you get an intellectual clarification, verification. So we are doing
That's
the
all.
reverse journey to have faith in our kriya. You have faith that I'm doing it, it'll happen what needs to happen. We do it with
Yes.
not faith, with suspicion, it becomes very confusing. Guruji,
Yeah.
somebody asks at some point earlier today that which text should be used to verify physical sensations due to Kundalini awakening, so we can clarify. You know how, Guruji, you spoke about scriptures. What scripture can people actually use, or should they rely upon the master?
No, we can verify, but we must take the proper interpretation. It's like everything is written in Sanskrit
Yeah,
and in Tamil. There
yeah.
are two branches of spiritual knowledge in India, Veda Marga and Siddha Marga. Vedas are written in Sanskrit, Siddha Padals are written in Tamil. So if people are trying to get that, most probably it will be translated in English.
Yes.
Yeah. So Bhagavad Gita is very good. Yoga Shikho Upanishad, Nada Bindu Upanishad, then Brahma Vidya Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad. These are all Upanishads. Then Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Khairanda Samhita. So these things are wonderful books which we can select for our verification.
Great, great. And Guruji has a little program also coming up that Guruji is working on, which I know I'm going to take. Hopefully, my timing will work, which dwells a little bit more into some of this work in a very deep level. It's for yoga,
Yeah.
like yoga, not yoga, but yeah. So, Guruji, one question is, how do you deal with negative people? Giving compassion to them is only making them do it more. Please help me.
There are 4 ways traditionally accepted to deal with negative people. It's called Samam, Danam, Bhedam, Dandam.
Samadam Dandabhed.
Yes. Samam means if somebody is negative to you and you can try to compromise. You can ask for an amicable settlement. We can talk in a calm and understanding language and just be a little flexible. So that is what samyak. Samyak means give same importance for him to clear his ideas or to make clear his stand or her stand. Then you try that. If it is not working, be a little more like giving, like compromise. Okay, you take this much and go and clear the situation, go away from me. So like that we can handle it. Yes. That is called dana. Dana means like giving up.
Yeah.
Okay. Then if that also not working, then you can go to a legal court. It's Bhedam. Bhedam means intellectual arguments based on the existing rules and regulations or the constitutional things. It's an argument or even certain fight you can. Intellectual fight.
Okay.
That is the third one. If that also not working, give him few jabs. That's all. Be a boxer.
That's why Guruji learned everything from Kalari to boxing.
This is what traditionally taught to society. But from a yogic point of view, if I feel something negative, I should tell myself that I have not established in the yoga. Yes, because my feeling is happening due to the creation of or the production of hormones in my body. And if somebody's action or words or deeds are creating hormones in my body which creates that negative feeling, that is my failure. Either I should be able to produce proper hormones for my happiness. Even when the other person is showing something, I should feel something only, but I should give a proper definition for myself. Then only I am a yogi. So hormones will be produced. Suppose this is what is said clearly in Gita. A yogi lakshana. Yogi lakshana means the condition or the features of or the dimension of a yogi is sama shatraucha mitraucha tadha mana apamanayo shida ushna sukhadukeshu sama sangha vivarjita. Means this enemy and friend, heat and cold, pleasure and pain must be kept under our own control. We should keep our mind in the central part. Tulya ninda studur mavni. Somebody will come and praise you, or somebody may abuse you, but you should not feel both. You must have the balance. So like that, if you can manage the opposites, then Anikeda Bhaktiman may Priyo Nara. The master is declaring that a person who can maintain this stability of mind is called a yogi.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we are not supposed to, from yogic point of view, we are not supposed to discriminate the things like positive or negative. We
Mm-hmm.
should be able to produce something which is beyond these both.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Of
Yeah.
course. I think that's kind of what Guruji's always said, that external reality should not determine internal reality.
Yes.
When your internal reality is so equilibrium, your external reality automatically, whatever needs to happen, whatever you need to see, those things will start happening. Whatever is, all things will clear up around you. And Guruji, I know for sure, because I know I've experienced this in many forms. Very little, but I have. So I know exactly what you mean. That and if not, then you first try Samdam, then the Bhed, and then
It is like our, see, this wonderful machine, this our gadget. If all advertisements are coming without our control or permission, it is complete popping up.
oh my
How
God.
miserable that machine will be, or
Absolutely.
how much misery that machine will be giving to us. Otherwise, if we know how to control the pop-ups and everything, we know how to be selective for accepting things, information, then the machine gadget will be a wonderful support and experience for us. Our mind is like this gadget. And if we allow all these things, popping up in our mind, which we don't want, then that will be miserable. And if we
Absolutely.
have a complete, a wonderful, virus protection like in the computer, and we have a protection, it's called, actually, I'm not joking, it's called Kavacha. We have
Yeah.
Kavacha means a
Yeah.
shield of
Shield,
protection.
armor. Yeah.
Yes, there's Rudra Kavacha, Shri Kavacha, Vishnu Kavacha, Hagriva Kavacha, Hanuman Kavacha, many Kavachas are there.
Yeah.
So it depends on this mantra. We can use the mantra and to develop the vibration, or we can say, like we can manipulate ourselves internally. Then we will create a vibration, a shield of protection. That is what is called mantra kavacha. If it is done, we will select only things which we want. Then there is no need of thinking that, what is negative, what is positive. We will always take positive things inside, or we will
Absolutely.
produce positive things. Yes.
Absolutely. Great. Somebody's asked a question of free will, kitchen and other stories. If you go to Guruji's second or third talk in my
Mm.
series, he talks about dharma, kam, moksha, that you will automatically do if you awaken your inner intelligence. Somebody's saying, oh, that means we have no free will if everything is preordained. But you had explained to us in the dharma, kam, moksha, purushartha conversation
Yes.
that when you keep tapping into inner intelligence, you'll automatically know what task it'll just come to you. So whether that is a worldly task, whether it is a spiritual task, whether it is a material task, it comes through inner intelligence and not through an external prescription. So Guruji talks
Yeah.
about that beautifully in our second or third talk. Okay, Guruji, I'm going to ask the next. Oh, this was actually the last question. Uh, this is a very broad question, Guruji, but we will hear. Actually, Guruji, now can you tell us? So, how do we begin this? How do we get mantra diksha? We want to get. I'm ready, Guruji. I'm ready to get to move to my next step. I'm ready. So, what is your
Okay.
advice?
Just keep holding that, doing that retention and observe yourself. Then, if there is a chance, you try to come. And I can show you the real practice of mantra. And if you are eligible to get that, definitely I can provide you that. If it is not possible, search in your area. If somebody is eligible to give you the diksha, you can get from that person.
Okay.
So diksha should happen. It is not like we buy something
Optional.
from outside.
Optional.
Yeah,
It's not optional.
it's a process of exchange of energy.
Right. Only you.
Yeah.
Only somebody whose candle has been lit can light my candle.
Yes.
Right. Okay, Guruji. So I'll continue to practice the retention. And if the
Yeah.
opportunity, if my time is right, I will get a chance to come to Indimasi. And yeah, and everybody out here as well.
Everybody's time is right. What we should do is we should try to settle within. Just spend 30 minutes a day sitting on floor. Look inside. That is more than enough. No need to try your bandha, kriya, all these things until you find a right person to teach you directly. And for the time being, Krishna was organizing something, as you know, like 10 sessions of systematic training.
Yes.
Anyhow, if nature is putting a hurdle in front of us, we don't want to be scared and stand still. Let us jump over it.
Yes.
So now the hurdle is kept as coronavirus. So then what we can do, earlier I was little bit reluctant to teach these things online.
Yes.
Now Krishna is saying that we should see the requirement. So we are preparing a lesson for 10 classes. The syllabus is made like that. I will teach myself directly, and I will teach the participants or students in this one how to use ahara, food as medicine, asana as aushadha, exercise, postures as medicine, then how we can use mind as medicine. So this is called, 3 levels: ahara, asana, and dhyana. So these things can be used as medicine to fight against all our problems, either physical issues, mental issues, or spiritual issues. So 10 sessions, 10 classes will be organized. The syllabus and pattern will be introduced. Then people can register. Once we get certain number, we will give that online class.
Okay, great. I'll also be posting it and I'll also be talking about it. We'll get Guruji to tell us more about it. Right now, we will have 2 minutes before we get cut off. So if I think I just want to see if there's anything else that we need to say. Yeah, Sherry, Guruji said 30 minutes. Okay, great. I think everybody is very excited, Guruji. So that, and I know there's a yoga course as well, so which is different, right, Guruji? The yoga philosophy course that Krishnaji is preparing, that's different from this. There's a yoga course as well that Krishnaji was preparing, the syllabus for a yoga course that's different from this.
No, now I think the same. Krishna and myself. Now we will, be together. Yes.
Yeah. You were teaching it. He just sent me the syllabus. Okay, that's the same course right now. This is the course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji. And Guruji, next time we wanted to take the topic of death, but we will discuss internally and we can see. So because it's such
next topic is death.
Yes, Guruji. Because what you said, different plane of consciousness, it hit me. I think everybody is so scared of death. We have to talk about it, Guruji.
Okay, we will do it.
Okay, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Pranam.